All right, guys. So as California's recall election day gets closer and closer and closer, as we've all seen, the liberal media has gone full force against Larry Elder, right? They've gone in full panic mode because a lot of polls had shown that Gavin Newsom was likely to be recalled, okay, and that the person that would replace him would be no other than the sage of South Central, Larry Elder, okay? Larry Elder, who happens to be black and conservative. And the reason why I'm saying this, guys, is because I've said on my channel, I try to make a joke, but honestly, I don't think it's really a joke anymore. I actually think it's a serious statement that a black conservative is a liberal's worst nightmare. Again, guys, I mean, I've done videos on this. If you saw some of the headlines that have come from liberal media in regards to what they say about Larry Elder, you would think that this man is their worst nightmare. Now, somebody that I know for sure that Larry Elder is scaring the ish out of is Joy Reid, because she did a segment where she basically said that Larry Elder is keeping her up at night and that she's afraid that he may become the governor of California. Take a look.
The thing that's keeping me up, a lot is keeping me up lately, but the thing that's really keeping me up is the idea of a super Texas in California. Larry Elder being governor of California means that in theory, if Dianne Feinstein were to retire, he could replace her, probably with Stephen Miller in the United States Senate. All that could go wrong, and just unleashing COVID to run rampant through the population of 39.5 million people. How likely is this to happen, in your view?
Well, that was a very frightening thought to cause nightmares. In Los Angeles, we are very familiar with Larry Elder. He's been around for 3 decades, and he has built an entire career on attacking the black community. So no surprises from us about him.
Yeah, he's basically like Candace Owens, but a guy, right? Like,
Exactly.
So, Christine, I'm almost afraid to show these polls. I almost don't want to show them. I'm going to show them very quickly, briefly, because they make me nervous, because I do worry about the enthusiasm gap. Right. The polls say that the no vote has been actually increasing, slightly increasing from March to September, that more people are against recalling the current governor, which seems like good news. But the enthusiasm poll, as Congresswoman Bass just mentioned, it's Republicans that are the most enthusiastic. They are amped up to turn California into a super Texas or a super Florida, which would essentially tank the economy of California, cause a health crisis, destroy climate change, any attempts to stop climate change. I mean, it would be a nightmare. Are you as worried as I am? Just to that point here, there are 20 states that have gubernatorial recall provisions: Alaska, Arizona, California, Colorado, Georgia, Idaho, Illinois, Kansas, Louisiana, Michigan, Minnesota, Montana, Nevada, New Jersey, North Dakota, Oregon, Rhode Island, Virginia, Washington, Wisconsin. If you don't think they're going to try it again, and that this is not their new strategy, along with having militias enforce their minority rule laws, having thugocracy at the polls, and people coming to the polls potentially armed to try to bully people into not voting, if you don't think this is their strategy, y'all don't know Republicans. Congresswoman Karen Bass, Christine Pelosi, who do know what's coming and are...
All right, guys. So there's a lot of stupidity to break down there, okay? First of all, she makes the claim that if Larry Elder is elected governor, he's going to unleash COVID in California. Okay, so what you're saying is that because Larry Elder is pro-freedom, right, and people making their own decisions in regards to what they want to do and pro-business, he's unleashing COVID. Because at the end of the day, I mean, it's not him that's forcing people to go out and live their lives. It's people living their lives that already wanted to live their lives, right? Ultimately, if Gavin Newsom is recalled and Larry Elder is elected to replace him, then that is the people of California basically voting to open up the economy. They're voting to get rid of the lockdowns and for them to make their own choices, right? That's what they're voting for. So, Joy Reid, at that point, are you against the people? Because it sounds to me like you would be against the people of California, right? Because that is the decision that they would make if they, in fact, do recall Gavin Newsom and elect Larry Elder, right? That would be one of the main reasons why to be recalled. So again, this claim that he's gonna be unleashing COVID. Well, again, he's not forcing anybody to go out. That's gonna be the people in terms of what they want to do. It's gonna be up to them. Okay. Second, she makes this statement in regards to Larry Elder being like Candace Owens, right? In the sense that he's made a career basically attacking black people. And first of all, I want to say, since she was talking about being fearful of COVID so much and she brought up Candace Owens, did Joy Reid come out here and defend Candace Owens when that COVID-19 facility denied her testing? No, she didn't. She actually went out here and applauded the facility for discriminating against Candace Owens. Again, these are the people that claim to be pro-black and that they care about COVID so much, especially when it comes to the black community. You claim you care about it so much, and you claim you also care about black women so much, but you didn't defend a black woman who was discriminated against in regards to getting the COVID test because she didn't want to spread it to people, right? See, but she can't do that, because if she was to do that, that would get rid of the idea that conservatives are out here to just purposely spreading the virus to people, which is what the left is saying. The left is literally trying to convince people that, well, people on the right, they're a death cult. They just want to spread the virus to everybody. And that's not true whatsoever. Again, I've been to conservative events, and there are people there who choose to wear a mask. There are people there who have chose to get vaccinated. There are people there who choose to socially distance. There are people there who choose to be like, you know what? I'm going to, make my own personal health decisions. Right? So just because you're conservative doesn't necessarily mean that, you are reckless or careless when it comes to the virus. There are a lot of conservatives who actually are trying to take proper precautions because they're older, right? They're older. Again, Joy Reid is not going to come out here and defend a black woman, Candace Owens, even though she claims that, she's so pro-black, right? But not when it comes to if you're black and conservative, right? If you're black and conservative, all of a sudden your blackness goes out the window. That don't matter anymore, right? And again, her criticism of Larry Elder and Candace Owens, again, comes from this same old tired playbook of, well, if you don't agree with Democrat policies, then, you're anti-black. When, again, Larry Elder is not anti-black. He's just bringing some new ideas and critical thinking and criticizing the current thinking that is going on in the black community, the current thought leadership in the black community. He's challenging that. And that is a good thing. You should welcome that. Right? You should welcome a challenge to the establishment in terms of the mainstream thinking about what's good for black America, because obviously you people are still complaining about black America, right? You guys still talk about how everything is so messed up, how everything's so systemically racist. And again, you've had black liberals leading this movement since the civil rights era. And look where it's gotten us. 50, 60 years later, you guys are still complaining. So why is it that you wouldn't want somebody like Larry Elder, who has some different ideas, to come to the table and say, you know what, maybe we should think about the issues this way. Maybe we should not be so tied down to the Democrat Party. I don't know. Maybe we should, open up a little bit, be politically diverse. But see, Joy Reid don't want to hear that because she's a pawn of the Democrat Party. She's a pawn. And as a pawn, she has to play her role. She has to play her role, which is to attack any black person that does not agree with the far left agenda. That's all it is. And her daddy, Joe Biden, the white man, by the way, right? Again, listen, Joy Reid claims to be so pro-black, right? When it comes to everything, oh yeah, black this, black that. But you're out here, again, smearing black conservatives, again, because they're black and conservative, while caping for two white men, Gavin Newsom and Joe Biden. But the next thing you know, she's going to be up here talking about racism. She's going to have a segment talking about how evil white men are and how bad white men are, how bad white people are. Again, you're a joke. You're a joke. And then she goes on, she makes claims about how he's going to destroy the economy and talking about climate change. Well, first of all, when it comes to the economy, how is opening up the economy, right? How is opening up business going to destroy the economy? If anything, that's going to help the economy if you loosen restrictions, right? If more people are allowed to go out and spend their money, that's going to stimulate the economy. That's actually going to help the economy. What are you talking about? California is suffering because their economy has been closed down, right? So you trying to say opening up the economy is going to make it worse? I don't understand. Again, you're just flat out making stuff up. And then she wants to talk about climate change. They love using this argument. Well, if Larry Elder's elected governor, then we can't fight climate change. Well, first of all, I don't care what you do in California. You're not stopping climate change, right? If you believe the climate science, like you guys claim that you do so much, if you believe it, then you would know that it would take a global effort to combat climate change, right? One state doing something is not going to combat or change anything regarding climate change whatsoever, right? And that's the argument, you know, I always use against these, climate alarmists, which I am not. I'm not a climate alarmist. I'm one of these people that I look at it from a practical, rational perspective, okay? But there are people out there that are literally telling people that the world is going to end and that if one state doesn't do something, then it's the end of the world. And that's not correct. Okay. There's not one state that can change their policies that's going to impact the world. It's not going to happen. So whether or not California tries to fight climate change, it's not going to make one bit of difference in regards to what the science claims is going to happen. Okay. Not going to make a bit of a difference. But yet they go out there and they march out these talking points. They say these things because they believe that their base are idiots. That their base doesn't know any better and they're not going to be able to pick up on the weak arguments that they make. Right? But like I said, Joy Reid, again, to me, it's just funny to see how scared she is of Larry Elder becoming governor of California. Right? And again, this is just a part of all the hit pieces and the continued effort from the liberal establishment to make sure this man is not elected governor. And I mean, listen, the polls have widened. I mean, look, it looks more likely the closer we get to, election day that, Gavin Newsom is not going to be recalled. But again, this came because the media went on a full-blown attack against Larry Elder. And guys, this is a perfect example of how the media can influence thinking, right? How they can influence elections. Again, look at what's happening right now in California. Larry Elder was closing the gap. As soon as when it got real close, you saw how the media started to come out as one unit and go after this man. And it's funny because these are the same media outlets that claim to love black people so much. But if you're black and conservative, they will come out in full force to make sure that you do not get a position of power. It's really funny how that works. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.